And welcome to another edition of Smart Office Network TV. My name is Mark Eibner, and I'm glad to be hosting our Smart Real Estate Office Network TV. We consider this the ultimate sales meeting for all of our members. Don't forget you can get involved with live chat on the screen. That's just to the right of the screen there. Or if you have any questions for myself or the guest today, simply just text them in to 720-217-5853. Remember, we consider this the most important weekly communications for all of our members of the Metro Brokers Smart Real Estate Office Network. This is how we can share our tips, ongoing communications, news, etc. with all of our members without everyone having to attend a physical meeting. The Smart Real Estate Office Network, what is it? Well, we're just trying to unite premier offices and brokers, and that's really what it's about. The Smart Real Estate Office Network is similar to the Metro Brokers philosophy. Instead of independent companies working together, we're now forming an alliance of independent offices working together. So SMART, the acronym for synergy, marketing, administration, real estate, and technology. Our sponsors today, we'll be going over them quickly. Our guest that we have in today is Christopher Orris, and Christopher is market development and title representative for Meridian Title and Escrow. Don't forget, your main sponsor today is IPTV Boys Media. IPTV Boys Media specializes in making you found on the internet. We produce a number of blogs like Broker IPTV, Metro Brokers TV, the Liquor Channel TV, Preview Dental TV, and the likes. Our latest test case was a Michael Morton who was trying to gain relevance in the acronym REDS, which is Real Estate Divorce Specialist. You'll note if you go online right now and actually enter in Real Estate Divorce Specialist, then Michael Morton, with only 2 video interviews, has well over 120 video syndication slots already dominating the first several pages of Google. Once again, if you're not in Google, if you're not in search, you're really not anywhere. Meridian Title and Escrow, happy to have them as a sponsor of our show. Meridian Title and Escrow offers supreme service and valuable dividends to our shareholder members. We'll be talking about some of those things today in regards to service, some new internet transactional services offered to our shareholders, and of course, the main thing is providing dividends to our shareholders. Also, Metro Brokers. Remember, 33 years later, we are still the only true 100% commission franchise. We operate as a not-for-profit marketing co-op so that our brokers can operate as a broker for-profit organization. Frankly, I'm just such a big advocate of Metro Brokers, I can't even tell you. I mean, the bottom line is for $80 a month or $960 a year, you get all the brand you ever need, plus numerous internet and transactional and contractual tools that come for that $80 a month. Why anyone wouldn't be part of Metro Brokers is beyond me. My single line is, if you can't afford $960 a year for brand, maybe you should look for another business. So we're proud to have Metro Brokers as a sponsor for Smart Office Network TV. Don't forget, we've got 6 prestigious locations: Highlands Ranch at Broadway, the Inverness Business Park, Park Meadows, the Denver Northwest Highlands, what we call Low-High, Platt Park on Old Pearl Street, and of course Stapleton Town Center. All conveniently located for your meetings and meeting clients, and also 6 prestigious locations to have your closings at with Meridian Title and Escrow too. And once again, our theme for 2010, success. YODF, that's right, success is your own damn fault. And I think we're going to keep pushing this. We've been having very good luck, and I've gotten great feedback on this success is your own damn fault. Some of our new programs we're initiating all are centered around accountability of the real estate broker, accountability of the business person. That's what's so critical. New system-wide brokers to the system. Once again, 2 more drop from the RE/MAX ranks. Joe Penta moving into the Platt Park office, and Connie Case moving into the Inverness office. Welcome aboard. We're pleased to have both of you on board. These are seasoned professionals. Connie has, in fact, more years in the business than myself. I believe 27 some odd years. Joe Penta comes from a 30 to 40 million a year production status. He actually produces dual fold. He produces up in Grand Lake. So if you have business, you want to refer up to Joe in Grand Lake. He operates here in the Metro Denver area, plus up in the Grand Lake area. Connie Case is also here from Colorado Springs. She's raised her family down there, and she also operates in a dual mode. So if you have any referrals or business for Connie down in Colorado Springs, she's a great agent to talk to, and she's working out of the Inverness office. Year-to-date stats, real quick. Once again, good news out there. Sales volume is up 120 units. From last year, year-to-date comparisons, we've closed this year 5,666 units compared to the 5,546 last year. Days on market, 91 days versus a 102 last year. And of course, critically, an increase of 37,000 in the average medium resale price, average sold price this year, year to date this morning, 297,665. That's up from 260,395. Also great news in the condo market. Sales there are up year to date over 100 from last year. Days on market holding steady at 105 days. And of course, once again, the average sales price is up $25,000 to $181,049, up from $156,426. Great news out there, and couple that up with the rates. Rates are down to 5%. That's just down 1/10 of a percentage point from last week. 15-year fixed rates at 4.35. They're down from 4.36. And of course, the 5/1 ARM is up just slightly at 3.94, up from 3.90. Hard to believe that you can even borrow money at those rates. So prices are up, rates are down. We've got the tax incentive from the feds closing in. I think we're down to roughly 50 days right now to get your people under contract. You've got 50 days to get them under contract before they're going to lose that opportunity on the $8,000 and $6,500 tax credit. So let's just go over our little service systems highlight. This is a little part of the program we like to highlight some of the systems or meetings or things that we're doing for our broker members. And once again, I really want to emphasize this week our weekly brokers collaboration meetings. Park Metals holds their meeting on Wednesday at 10 a.m. That's a 2-hour venue. The Denver Northwest Low-High office has theirs on Thursday evening at 6 p.m. The other offices, Inverness, Platt Park, and Highlands Ranch, we rotate on the first Tuesday, the second Tuesday, and the third Tuesday of the month. So, first Tuesday is Inverness, that's 10 a.m. Platt Park is the second Tuesday at 10 a.m. And Highlands Ranch, the third Tuesday. That would be our meeting this coming Tuesday. We'll be at the Highlands Ranch location. Starts at 10. We always try to wrap up by 11:30. Lots of people usually linger around until noon. Stapleton, they have a moving meeting, and if you're interested in joining the Stapleton meeting or office, they meet monthly, so just give me a ring. I'll let you know when those times are. Also some news, we've got a new accountability program we've been working on with Joan Toohey. I'll give kudos to Joan Toohey. We were working with Tim Gibbs for our real estate as far as our coaching program. And Joan has really taken the bull by the horns. I mean, quite frankly, she's done more in the last 2 or 3 weeks than we got accomplished with Tim in the last 2 or 3 months. So I can't believe what a fire eater that Joan is. She's got us hooked up with Chuck Blakeman. Chuck is the author of Making Money is Killing Your Business. He's a business coach. He has a very, very successful 12-week program. We are integrating this program in with a real estate-centric 12-week coaching program. We'll be announcing details on that very, very shortly. Some of the people that have entered in the program specifically is having fact, on paper, provable, increase their business anywhere from 2 to 3 times what they were doing. And I think once you meet Chuck and once you look at the program, you'll see why he's had so much success. We're really excited to be bringing this on. The name of the program is Accountability, Smart and Simple. That's right, Smart and Simple, part of the Smart Office Network. Some more news and tips. Don't forget on your HUD earnest money, I'm warning you all, don't be writing an offer This goes for all you independents out there, unless you've got the cashier's check to back it up with the date. The date on the cashier's check, earnest money check, money order must be the same as the electronically submitted offer. That's all I'm going to tell you. I've got some brokers you can talk to if you don't comply with this rule. And another quick announcement, again, we've talked about this at some of the meetings. Don't forget your FHA mortgage insurance premium. And this is important. Well over 50% of the loans being originated now, close to 60, are in fact FHA loans. The FHA mortgage insurance premium is increasing on April 5th to 2.25% upfront money. That's a pretty significant change. It will in fact and can in fact affect your buyer's qualification. Make sure you're getting your buyers into the lenders up front before you ever put them in your car. And short sale compensation, another warning to people out there, if you're not putting that the short sale compensation is in fact in the broker remarks and on things like, well, if we have to do a bank or an REO or short sale and it's only 50-50 on the accepted commission, you must have that in the broker remarks, or you'll end up paying the offered co-op amount, whether it was 2.8, 2.5, 3, whatever was in that compensation amount's what you'll be paying. You need to put a warning or a disclosure out there in the broker remarks for short sale or REO compensation if it's different than offered in the standard co-op box. Also, pending status. Don't forget about the pending status. There's 2 pending statuses. The number 1 pending status has to do with short sales. You must indicate, number 1, in the terms that you have a pending status on a short sale property. And number 2, you must indicate in the status or the terms box that you have a pending status sale. The pending status sale for short sales allows your properties to still be syndicated and aggregated on sites like Realtor.com and all the other Listing Hub aggregation sites. It's only when you have true bank acceptance in writing that you change the status to under contract in the MetroList system. Also, the other news and tip on short sales I want to disclose to people is there is the short sale pending the pending status for bank REOs. And the bank REOs, simply it could be a bank REO or maybe your client that's over in Europe that can't get to an electronic signature or a physical signature. Then in fact you have a verbal acceptance, just like from the bank. You have a verbal acceptance usually 2, 3, 4 weeks before receiving the written notice. You can mark the property as the under contract. It's an under contract status for bank foreclosures, and it indicates that it is under contract. You just do not have the written authorization yet to have it under contract. And once we know, and we do know, you need to have that under contract and in writing. We're going to move on to the next segment of our program with our special guest today. And our guest today is Christopher Orris. And Chris, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks for sitting through my little hoopla there. Well, Chris, we're really happy to have you on board. As I've said, you're in charge of market development.
Yes.
And our account representative for Meridian Title. And this is something I used to do, but I didn't do a very good job. So I'm more than happy to have you on board. And I think you've been doing a great job so far. I wanted to give people your name and account out there, email account if they haven't heard from you yet already. It's pretty simple. It's just chris@meridiante.com. And we've got 2 phone numbers up there, the 303-268-6004 and the 303-704-3236. That's your cell phone number.
That is correct.
And you do answer your number all the time.
I do. If you try to call my line and you do not get me at the 268 number, it will automatically forward to the 704 number. So communication is very important to us here at Meridian.
Yeah, well, my goal with you, Chris, has always been that all of our broker owners and even our non-owners that use Meridian Title have a single conduit to go to.
Yes.
Any questions about escrow, any questions about past closings, future closings, service issues, etc., they can just dump all that on you, right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah, you're the dumpster.
I'm your one point of contact solution, so please give me a call anytime.
Yeah,
you,
I'm excited. I
something.
kind of took my wheelbarrow and gave it to you, and they can just dump in
Well,
your wheelbarrow.
Hopefully that wheelbarrow doesn't have too much stuff inside of it. So,
Well, let's talk about the team real quick here. Yvette, our senior escrow representative, came to us from Adroit Title. Yvette has, what, 15 years of experience?
yes, yes, she's a very experienced escrow officer, and she primarily is handling refinances for Adroit right now. So she's fabulous.
Yep. In fact, some of our brokers, actually, Yvette was their closer back when she was at Security Title all those years.
Yes, yes.
So she kind of comes from Security Title. We found Yvette to be fabulous, calm, under control, knowledgeable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I said, anybody that can work with 50 or 60 refis and all the loan officers can easily work with that many brokers. So we're excited to have her on board.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yvette's a marvelous member of the team.
Number 2, Laura Hamoud. And Laura also actually knew Yvette when she was over at Security Title. And Laura's been doing a fabulous job on all of her closings. She's done several for me. And I think we've gotten fabulous feedback. In fact, I don't think we've gotten any negative feedback.
Not that I'm aware of. I think Laura is a fantastic escrow closer, especially on the purchase transactions. I mean, she is very, very tedious and tenacious, and she is an exact, if you have a deadline coming up, Laura's going to make sure that that deadline is met no matter what. Laura's an amazing closer.
Yeah, very good. She's great at the table, great demeanor, very friendly. I find her to instill confidence at the table, very calm.
Oh, absolutely.
Not panicked. So we're really pleased to have Laura as our senior escrow closer. Nicole Thomas, senior title officer. She actually operates out of our Colorado and I-25 office. She's doing a great job.
Oh, yes, and Nicole is, I don't know that many people know this, but Nicole was actually, when she went to college, she was recruited out and worked for AP and was an intern for one of our local TV stations.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes, and Nicole is, she is an amazing individual, and she is real attention to detail. You know, she does most of our O&E and title commitments, and they turn around on that within an hour or two in most cases.
Yeah, so you've been seeing an hour, 2 hours max on turnaround times?
On O&Es especially. Of course, on some commitments, it depends on how much is on chain of title.
Right.
But, you know, we guarantee within the next day. So within 24 hours, unless there's a problem, we will always have your commitment back to you once you place the purchase contract with us.
Excellent. And how about Steve? Steve Alus, another senior title officer down there?
Well, Steve's amazing. Steve is, you know, he is the senior title officer, and he oversees Nicole, and you know, he is just very, you know, organized, and he will make sure that your title work is as clean as possible and comes back to you as quickly as possible. And he is also available for any questions that you might have. He's very knowledgeable and has been in the industry for quite some time.
Yeah, we've actually had, Steve's been staying after late sometimes when we have some of the bank people that have to go to the trustee sales and they need their O&Es. So he's a very valuable asset for Meridian Title. I mean, it's actually quite a team you've got developed here underneath yourself.
Absolutely. You know, the team we have in place right now is ideally structured to make sure that your business gets closed when you place your orders with us here at Meridian. You know, we have the tools and the knowledge and the team in place to make sure that any situation that arises, we're going to be able to handle for you in a professional and courteous fashion.
Right, well, let's talk about some of the tools. I think one of the new tools that we've brought on since you've been brought on board here is what's called closingsite.com. So what's your opinion on ClosingSite?
Now, this is a fantastic tool. I was very happy when we were able to start implementing this. This brings Meridian Title into the 21st century and beyond. What we do with this program is we allow for our realtors who, you know, today's realtors are really entrepreneurs on the go. And this tool allows them to have their title work on the go as well. This is an online ordering and document system, and it also allows you to see and meet all of the deadlines that you might have on your particular transaction. In my opinion, I've been doing this for quite some time. This is an amazing and an essential tool that you need in today's economy.
Right. So let's just run over these right here. We've got kind of 6 things. You've got that they can review all their transactional contracts and documents online.
Mm-hmm.
You can review all the commitments, any updates and tax certs. They get emailed, plus they're stored online. Deadlines, dates are all available to all the transactional parties. Their CCRs, HOA status letters, CIC docs are all online. Closing docs are stored after the closing if they need to access documents after a closing.
And that's often a request that we get is, can we get a signed settlement statement? And now instead of having to pick up the phone and try and track down your signed settlement statement if you don't have one already, you can simply log in and print that settlement statement directly from your file. It's a wonderful tool.
Yeah, excellent. So the last thing we have there is just settlement statements are available immediately online. So you guys are, like on short sales here, are preparing the HUD, HUD 1 in a short sale or mock-up, putting it online, and they get instant email notification when that HUD 1's done.
Absolutely. And if you include who the lender is and their contact information on your order placement, we will automatically email that settlement statement to the lender for their review as well. It's an amazing tool. I think everybody will really enjoy it.
Well, let's just look at this kind of the broker view that they see right here. So, I mean, most of the time, do they need to sign into the site itself, or are they probably just going to know about the site from an email link?
They're probably going to know about it more from an email link, because once you place the order with us and the commitment's initially prepared and the contract's loaded up, you're going to get an email that says that this document has been uploaded to the site with a username and password. Now, it's not essential that you need to go in and review these documents, but it is there for your records and for your review if you need it.
Yeah, so as the emails come in, they could just drag and drop in their folders.
Absolutely.
So this is sort of how the product looks like here when they sign in?
Yes, yes. What you're going to see on the left-hand side are all of your active files that you'll have. And this is individual to each person's sign-in ID. So when you log into the site, the only files that you have access to are your own files. You won't be able to see anybody else's.
Yeah, and so what does the red file that I got circled there represent over on that side?
What that red file certifies there is that we have a deadline coming due. And in this particular case, it's for a CIC documents. And so what this notifies everybody in the transactional process is that this deadline is coming due on this file. And so it will turn it red. And it's a way to help keep you organized with your files, as well as help us keep organized.
Yeah, so this is basically everyone's being notified.
Yes.
All the title, escrow, mortgage if it needs to be mortgage, the other broker, we got the listing broker, selling broker, everyone's in the loop.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And you know, communication is key with this. It allows you to not have to sit and try and track down a document, and that's why we love this system.
Yeah, a lot of my brokers have been, I mean, everyone's been pretty happy with the product so far. They were actually shocked that we even had this. This is another screenshot here of kind of the 3 different areas, or there's actually 4 boxes that they see when they click into a transaction. So why don't you tell me about the first box there that I have highlighted in yellow?
Okay, this first box is going to show you all of the interested parties in this transaction, and it's also going to show you who has authorization for this file and who doesn't. When we get the contract order, we ask each of our clients to tell us who they want notified in the process by going online with this order system. Of course, we still mail out our commitments to the actual buyers and sellers and the interested parties, but this will let you know, does the buyer's agent, is the seller's agent, is there a mortgage representative who is getting email updates. And if you do not see somebody that wants to be email updated, you can simply request, and we will allow that person to have access.
So who's setting all this up? Are the agents set this up, or who sets this up?
Well, when the order comes in to our title plant, when the order is initially input, we are setting this information up directly off of the order, or the purchase contract. So we're pulling that information at the initial setup. And of course, we also, for particular clients, if they always want only so many people to have access to the transaction, we'll know just by going through, and we have each client's wishes stored. So that we set that up properly.
All right, so we got all the transaction stakeholders. Looks like the next section that they can see when they sign into their file is the transaction documents.
Now, this segment is, I think, what everybody will love the most. If you need to get a commitment and you're on the go and you need to look at your commitment, instead of having to call up or store it electronically yourself, you can simply log in with your smartphone, your laptop. If you're working from a desktop, it doesn't matter. You can go in and view your documents in a PDF format, any document that's loaded up there from anywhere.
Yeah, so contracts, HUD-1s, CIC, HOA, commitments, payoff, authorizations, anything you guys have, you're putting up there.
Absolutely. We believe in total transparency, and we want to make sure that everybody has access to the information that we have in our files. And that really helps the closing transaction go as smoothly as possible.
Yeah, and I think we've been doing some trial work with Tina on actually migrating transaction management and the documents they have, like CTM, into this product here.
Yeah.
Well, the third box out of the four here, why don't you tell us what that is then?
Now, this is a tool that everybody can use. If you have deadlines that you want to be reminded of, you can actually go in and create an event in this box, and you can put in the date that the deadline is due. And we will also go in and check mark off when it's completed. If you'll notice when you're looking at this box, the title commitment is, as soon as it's uploaded, it automatically shows the date down at the bottom that it was uploaded, so that you'll be able to tell your clients, yes, title was done on this date and sent out. This box here is good for keeping your own deadlines, and also for keeping the ability to say, this is when this information was done, and here is the proof of when that was done for you.
Right, but so when you guys are setting up the new files, so you actually are entering the dates in here?
With as much information as we have. If there some information, we're only using this box right now for information as it pertains to the title itself, like CIC documents, HOA status letters, when your closing date is scheduled on the contract, so on and so forth. And of course, we go in and we modify when we get the extensions or the modifications on the contracts. We'll go in and modify these dates, and we'll also scan and post the modification to the contract in the upper box as well.
Yeah, so this is really kind of showing the dates, but also the documents that they have that have come in on the transaction. All the documents you do or don't have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this next box here is a very simple checklist that you'll be able to go down and say, this is done, this is done, this is not done, and this is where we are. Instead of having to actually look at all three of these individual boxes, you can just look right there and kind of get a feel for the status on your file at any given time.
Yeah, like you were saying, a quick doc checklist.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, very nice. And I think this is a sample email, so this is what an email will look like anytime there's a status, document, date, or anything that changes in the file, right?
Absolutely. Anytime that there has been something that has changed inside of the file, all of the parties who are authorized on the file are going to get an email stating what the change was, what kind of document was uploaded, and it's also going to give you the link to the website. So it doesn't matter how you're accessing that email, you're going to have the ability to access the file because of that link provided as well.
Now, is this link take them directly to the file, or will they have to know their username and password to click after they click on the link?
When we first set up each client, the first time that they log in, they're going to be given their username and they're going to get to choose their password. But each time they go in to access their files, they will need to enter in their username and password. We do need to keep security for the files.
Yeah, so it's not one of those sites where just because they got the email and they click on it, they're going to be able to just go right into it. They will have to put in a username and password.
Absolutely.
Excellent. I think that's, from a security standpoint, I think we probably have to follow that protocol.
Absolutely.
Here's another nice little thing I used the other day, in fact, is the fact that they have 24/7, 365 online support for...
Of course, in today's internet age, with everything being online and easily accessible in this way, if there happens to be a problem or if you need help with something, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, doesn't matter what day it is, you'll be able to access technical support for help with our system.
Yeah, so really this product we were talking earlier, brokers can use it as much or as little as they want. There may be some brokers that sign in and really use this a lot and manage their transactions from here. And there may be some brokers that really just get the email, they see the doc came in, and they probably never they may never go in here and even look at it.
Absolutely. This entire system is completely voluntary. I believe that as people, as our clients get more and more used to using it, they'll find that it's a tool that they can't believe they ever did business without using it. But there are some clients who just want the email. And it's, however, we, as Meridian Title, we do not tell anybody else how to do business. What we do is we take your business, make sure that it closes, and we adjust how we do our business according to our clients' wishes.
Excellent. Couple other things you wanted to talk about, meridiante.com, which is the corporate website for Meridian Title and Escrow.
Oh, absolutely. The website is essential as well. You'll be able to go online and pull our rate sheet immediately online if you need to do a quote for title insurance. You'll also be able to place your online orders directly through this website as well.
Yeah, so we've got the online order there, or in fact a refi order form right there.
Absolutely.
Very good. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself too? We didn't talk about that in the beginning. I guess you're a notary, you've got your producer's license. How long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business for 15 years now. I started out, interestingly enough, I was temporarily placed with Bank One as a application inputter, and found that you know, the banking and financial, while I was in college, the banking and financial industry was just amazing. I found my niche, and I quickly grew with Bank One, and then I went over with CPR Title and was their national accounts manager and vice president of East Coast operations. I actually relocated to Charlotte, North Carolina to head up our East Coast operations, and then after that I opened up my own escrow and closing business in North Carolina, and did that for several years, and I missed Colorado, missed being here, and I wanted to come back, and after I moved back here, of course, that's when I came over to Meridian, and I'm very thrilled to be here.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have you on board. I think you've met a lot of our members. There's probably still some of the members you have yet to hook up with, and even some of our people that use Meridian.
Absolutely.
But I just would like them to know it's just not dependent on myself anymore for service, and that you're free to they're free to contact you all the time. Also, you're at all of our broker collaboration meetings.
Yes.
I found that to be very useful, to have somebody in the title world and really have someone in the mortgage world at these meetings, because 5 or 10 minutes of the conversation every time is stemming around new title issues, RESPA issues, FHA issues, lending issues. It seems like every week they change now.
Well, the more information all of us know, and the ability to share our information, the easier the transactions always are. I'm a firm believer in that, and so I always try to make sure that we are available for any questions that our clients might have.
Great, Chris. Well, I really appreciate being on the show.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure,
being here.
And it's a pleasure to have you with our organization.
Thank you.
And that wraps up another show of Smart Office Network TV. My name is Mark Eibner. Join us next week at the same time, 11:30 to noon, for some great, valuable information. We'll be talking about next week's show. We'll be interviewing Chuck and Joan about the Smart, Simple, and the Accountable Smart and Simple program. Looking forward to seeing everyone next week, and great success to everyone. Have a great week.